Welcome to another episode of Reese's Reviews for mygeekculture.com.au. My name is Matt, and joining me on this episode today is the one and only Mr. Reece Cashel. How are you, mate?
I'm doing fantastic, buddy. I'm on this podcast with you, talking about the things that we love.
Stop sucking up.
Yeah, well, we have to.
Yeah.
So, talking about all things we love, movies, TV shows, entertainment. This is where the fun, in the words of Anakin Skywalker, this is where the fun begins.
Fantastic. Well, let's get straight into this episode because it's another special episode.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And yeah, I'll lead you into what we're going to be talking about with this.
Yeah, so this is, as we pretty much we were talking about last week, this is the finale of our trilogy. This is our Return of the King. This is our Return of the Jedi. This is, what else is not? It's a
Police
trilogy.
Academy 3, back in training.
This is Back to the Future Part 3. This is our trilogy. So we've starting off this brand new year of our lists. So we completed our list for 2025 with worst films of the year. We did our best, our most favorite films of 2025, and now we're in a brand new year. We're in 2026, so we're going to be talking about all the amazing films that are coming out this year. And I'm going to do a little bit of twist on this list as well, because a lot of the things we see about what's going on in the forum of podcasts and YouTubers, they just literally just talk about the 2026 most anticipated. But I want to do a little twist, and this is in a recommendation from my beautiful wife, who gave me the suggestion to do it a little bit different. So we're going to be talking about 2026, but I'm going to do a reflection. And over the last 5 years, it's been 2025 was the biggest return of box office for films ever in Hollywood since the beginning of the pandemic. So if pretty much we're from 2025 now, I think this year is going to be the biggest surprise out of how much box office return we get since the pandemic. And so I want to do a bit more of a reflection, saying all the massive films that are coming out this year that I'm so excited for, what can I compare that to when it comes to previous years? And I've got 2 years that I was going through different years. I'm going from 2019 up until to last year. I'm just going, what kind of other films years kind of reached that same expectation? And I was thinking about 2019, but I wanted to keep it between beginning of the pandemic of 2020 and living it up until last year. And so I'm just going, you know what? I wanted to do a self-reflection about what year equals my excitement for this year.
Cool.
So that's where I'm going to go. But what I want to do first is I want to do things a little bit differently. I want to leave it open to you this time, instead of me talking your ear off about it. When it comes to 2026, I want to know, what films are you most excited for? I want to see if I can trial and test you and give me your top 10 and give me some honorable mentions as well. As many as you like, but you give me what your honorable mentions are, and then dive into your top 10. And at the end of it, I want to know what your number one most anticipated film is and why.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to leave it up to you, man. Take the floor.
Okay. Honorable mentions. So, okay. Well, that is entertainment honorable mentions, but we'll do that in general.
It is pretty much included within the topic.
Yes. So, possibly. It is on honorable and mentions, but I'll go for the cheese of it. Practical Magic 2. So the sequel with Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. But it wasn't too bad like back in the day when the first one came out. But I just want to see, just because Disney have got their IP and they can do whatever the hell they want with it, just like they did with Hocus Pocus. Practical Magic 2, I want to see where this leads. So,
hey, I don't like. My mother loved that. I got a kind of soft spot for the first one. My mum loved the first Practical Magic, and so I'm very intrigued to see where they can again. They follow the trend. We're getting a a place now where we're getting a lot of legacy sequels. So I'm really intrigued to see where the story is going to go with this one.
All right. And one more honorable mention. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Toy Story 5.
Why?
Yeah.
Why should that? Why would you look down on that? That's an.
I have not seen the third one nor the fourth one, and I think Toy Story has basically run its course. So, but I'm intrigued to see, because remember, Toy Story 3 was meant to be the final one. Then they did Toy Story 4, and then they just because they go, oh, we'll make one more out of it, and they made a shitload of money as well. So, and that was meant to be the final one, but now Toy Story 5 is like, come on, the first movie was in the late 90s. You know, it's, anyway.
I have my opinions, but I will reserve them until I get onto my list. So please continue.
Okay, now for my top 10. And I'm going to go straight into the obvious one here.
Yep.
Do you not know this one?
Well, I'm after binge watching the hell out of it. I'm thinking of Stranger Things.
No, you're not. This is that was the Doomsday Clock for Avengers Doomsday.
So number 10 is Doomsday. Okay.
Yeah, because that's been hyped up for quite a bit. So we'll check in on Avengers Doomsday later on, just to see if that time is still going. So, well, it's because it's too obvious if you put it at number 1. So it's a done deal with Avengers Doomsday. That's going to be a friggin' smash hit, especially at the time of this recording. The 4th teaser finally came out.
It dropped this morning. Yep, I saw that. There were Condons and Fantastic Four. Yep.
Okay, so are you writing these down for me?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. And you know what?
My pen, mate.
Yep. Number 9. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Again, of course it's going to happen. So, and I'm kind of like getting out the superhero type movies. So, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and then there's the same hype for that for Avengers Doomsday. Now,
right.
Yeah, because it's going to be really good. Now, number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Supergirl.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep.
But number 8 is nearly draws equal at the same time as Clayface, because you got 2 of the DC movies together.
So you're saying that Clayface is your number 7?
Oh.
Or would you say Clayface is in your should be in your honorable mentions?
You know what? We'll squeeze Clayface into the honorable mentions. Yep. So that's 3 honorable mentions, and so Supergirl is at number 8 then. So Supergirl, who really hasn't seen a lot of days like of a movie, hasn't been given the proper movie treatment since the 70s, you know.
Yeah,
80s.
yeah.
So, and the attitude that they got with this Supergirl looks like it's going to be cool and hip. So
hell yeah, the Aussie attitude.
Yeah, exactly. Number 7, Masters of the Universe. Nice. So that's going to be freaking cool. And I wonder if they're going to have a cameo by Dolph Lundgren in it at all. You know, just for shits and giggles.
Never seen the original.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. No. All right. Well, we'll
don't know much about it. I know it's based off of a cartoon.
And
I know, yeah. And I know they like the villain of Skeletor, and that meme you see constant everywhere. But yeah, never really watched much of He-Man or Masters of the Universe, so I'm going into that one completely blind and just as a general moviegoer.
Okay. Number 6.
Number 6.
Street Fighter.
Okay, nice. Okay,
I'm a fan of the cheesy 90s one, and going by the teaser trailer that they released where it's fast cut and everything else like that, it looks like that they casted well. I don't care about the plot. I just want to see cheesy action. If they kind of copy paste what they've done with the Mortal Kombat reboots, then yeah, bring it on. So okay. Yep. And speaking of Street Fighter, number 5, Mortal Kombat 2. So
okay,
yes, looking forward to that. So I'm looking forward to cheesy action. especially when it comes to arcade games that I used to play back in the day.
Alrighty, cool. No worries at all.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Now, I kind of retired this. Like, I kind of lost interest after the 3rd movie, and I did see the 4th one at cinema, and I just gone, okay, this humor's gone past me, and then I just didn't even bother with number 5. But number 6, Scary Movie 6. I'm prepared to turn off my brain and just to see what they can do with this, since it's gone back into the hands of the Wayans brothers.
Yes, and the fact that they pretty much said they don't. They pretty much stated that they do not care if they hurt your feelings. They are going full throttle when it comes to their humor and what they're known for. They don't care if they offend people, which is going, yes, bring it on.
Oh yeah. So what's that one? Was that my 4th one?
That's number 4. This is going into your top 3 now, mate.
Top 3. Okay. This is going to be a bit of a challenge, like real challenge. The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Okay.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, it's Star Wars. It looks very childish in the trailers, like, as in the aiming for a younger audience with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say that, but I'll still see it. So, it'll tickle my fancy for sure.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Cool. Now we're going into number 2. What is your number 2? Your pretty much number 2 most anticipated film for the year?
I gotta say, it's actually Disclosure Day. I was caught by the trailer of that and the mumbling, jumbling of Emily Blunt, and it's Steven Spielberg.
Mm-hmm.
So I am keen to see that. Just to see.
All right.
Yeah. All right. And my lucky number 1.
Number 1. So this is the if you wouldn't see any other films this year, this is the one film you would go out to see. What is your number 1 film for 2026?
Coyote versus Acme. Yeah. I'm a Looney Tunes fan no matter what. Like, I want cheese. I just love that stuff. Like, and this one has got so much controversy behind it too, because it was going to be deleted because Warner Brothers
they're going to shelve it.
Yeah, it was going to be shelved, destroyed, kind of like what they did with Batgirl. Yeah. So, but amazing.
Thank you, Catch Up Entertainment.
Yep. So, because when I watched The Day the Earth Blew Up, the Looney Tunes movie from the year before.
Yep.
I was in stitches. I was laughing so much. And I went, this is great. This is old school Looney Tunes lampoonery. And the slapstick, and it was just great. The voice acting and everything. And because I quite like Space Jam and Looney Tunes Back in Action, not so much Space Jam 2. Legacy.
Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah.
I have it on digital, but I tried watching that the other day and I went, I can't, this movie is so cringe.
Yeah.
I hate using that word. It's a very bad word, but it's
and the fact that, I love it when they do the whole thing similar to Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where live action animation together. Yeah. Coyote versus Acme. You've got me by the TNT. So, or the free bird seed, I should say. So bring that on, please. So Coyote versus Acme, I'll just repeat that one more time.
Yeah,
is my number 1 most, because that movie was going to be non-existent. So when you got something which is going to be destroyed completely, you have to see it. So
yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well,
were you surprised by that list?
Actually, I was. There was a couple in there that took me by surprise, which is fantastic. Like, I was surprised that Street Fighter and Scary Movie 6 made your list. I knew Coyote versus Acme would definitely be on there, knowing you. But I think, Street Fighter and Scary Movie 6 surprised me. But that's awesome. So just for our audience, we're going to round this off again. So Matthew's honorable mentions was Toy Story 5. We have Clayface. And we got Practical Magic 2 is your honorable mentions.
Correct.
And then we've got in your top 10, we have your number 10 was Doomsday. Number 9 was Brand New Day, Spider-Man. Number 8 was Supergirl. Number 7 was Masters of the Universe. Number 6 was Street Fighter. Number 5 was Mortal Kombat 2. Number 4 was Scary Movie 6. Number 3 was The Mandalorian and Grogu. Number 2 was Disclosure Day. And as always, number 1, Coyote versus Acme.
Yay! So,
awesome, mate.
Yes.
That's a good list, and it's a good variation of lists. Like, you've got the stereotypical straight out of the blockbuster one with all the superhero side of things, but then you've thrown some things out that's out of the ordinary. Like, I've been watching a lot of clips lately about a lot of other people's lists, and not one of them would included Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Scary Movie, Coyote versus Acme. Like, it's a kind of, these are where I think everyone has their own appreciation for films, and then these are you're right up your alley. I think this list just shows you what kind of diverse filmography lover you are when it comes to the different style of films you've got. The fact you've got Coyote versus Acme as your number 1 just shows how much of a diverse person that is.
Thank you. I am quite touched by that. Cool. All right. Well, that is my list for 2026. Now, Reece, your turn, and we'll start with your... your honorable mentions, and now because I choose 3, you have to choose 3. You probably got about 20 of them.
No, I had about 9 of them.
No, well, you're going to have to choose 3. There's your challenge.
Oh, crap.
Because basically, your honorable mentions will be nearly every single one that is going to be coming out in 2026, but except for the top 10.
Okay, all right. I'm looking at my honorable mentions list right here. I'm just going to go. Okay, so definitely on my honorable mentions list for 2026 is The Mandalorian and Grogu. Okay. That is on my honorable mentions. When it comes to Star Wars, I would say the Star Wars is my favorite franchise. Even though I love a lot of franchises of fantasy and things like that, Star Wars is my number 1. I remember when my mother introduced me to it when I was a kid. I fell in love with everything about it, and I've been a fan ever since. And so the fact that we've got a Star Wars movie coming out and it's not in my top 10, that should tell you everything you need to know. Like, I'm excited to see it, but the fact that the first movie we're getting since The Rise of Skywalker, which is about 7 years now, is a continuation of a TV show, which the last time we saw these characters was in a season that wasn't really that great. I don't know how it's going to go. I got faith in Jon Favreau and the team behind it. But it didn't make my top 10 because I'm actually more excited to see Sean Levy's Star Wars Starfighter that's coming out next year more so than anything else. So.
I understand that. Yeah. And Sean Levy's pretty good.
Yes. I'm loving a lot of his films lately. Going in from there...
Oh, really did you know that also Sean Levy executive produced Stranger Things?
And he used to always direct episodes 3 and 4, but due to conflicts with filming Deadpool and Wolverine, he actually got given episode 6, and he co-directed 7 this year on season 5. So
there you go.
Little trivia for our audience right there. Okay, so this is where you've kind of stuck me because I'm really trying to figure out how I'm going to add another 2 onto my list.
Well, think about the first. In the first 2 that you wrote down.
Okay.
And then that's the only way because those ones are top of mind on your brain.
Yeah. Okay. I would say...
There's your challenge.
It is a challenge.
Oh, yeah. They're not going to be upset with you if you don't choose them, okay?
I know. I think... I don't really care what other people think. I actually... Contrary to even though I saw a lot of the errors with the first one, I saw a lot of the story plot holes. I'm actually excited to see Mortal Kombat 2. I love the franchise. I love what it provides. I did have some fun with the first one. Yes, I saw the plot holes. I saw a story narrative problem. I personally still don't understand when you got a vastness of characters in the Mortal Kombat pantheon of universe, why you would have your lead character be an original character, but I digress. I'm really looking forward to this, and also am intrigued to see Carl Urban as Johnny Cage.
Yeah, same here. I think he's going to be the bomb with that. Like, he's going to own that. Kind of like with Josh Lawson being Kano, and they just let him loose, like, because he carried that movie on his back. I think Carl Urban's going to carry Mortal Kombat 2 on his back.
Yeah, I know that everyone expecting to see a similar Johnny Cage from the first one.
No.
This one's got his character is very much later on in his life, so it's very much he's
going to bring Des and Troy with him.
Destroy.
Yes,
that's a little Thor reference for, to anyone who's a fan of MCU. So that's the second one. Now the third one here is. I'm trying to really decipher it, and I'm trying to cross up between a couple of things because there's a few on the list now. Just like I said last week with my top 10, like I said, there is a lot of films coming out this year that I'm interested and excited to see.
Yep.
But it comes down to it, when you make these lists, there's only so many spots that you can put them on, and then sometimes the level of excitement is just a little bit higher than others. So,
and I know that you want to cater for every single movie that comes out because of the hard-working people.
Yes, that is true. But at the same time, if a film doesn't intrigue me, I'm not going to go see it just to support.
Mate, you are one of the number one customers at the cinemas where you constantly go there, okay? So
yes,
even if they don't make the list, you'll still be seeing it.
Yes, that is true. That's part of it is true. So I'm thinking, like, when it comes down to it, I think, you know what, this one surprised me. So when this first movie came out, it was a pleasant surprise.
Do you need me to give you a drum roll? Sorry, that's all my budget could afford.
Yeah, so this first movie came out, and I was so surprised by it, how entertaining and thrilling it was. And so the fact that it was no surprise they were making a sequel, and that is Ready or Not, Here I Come. So nice. This one, I was so surprised by it, and the fact that it's leading by another Aussie amazing talent of Samara Weaving. That fact that she's leading this film has got a great cast. The first one.
Disappointed that they did not call this movie Ready to Not To, or Too Ready to Not.
Maybe. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
But so didn't they call it Ready or Not To, Here I Come? What a freaking stupid way of labeling it. Why don't you just call it Ready or Not, Here I Come?
Actually, that is technically what the title is, but when it comes to the marketing sort of things, some of them are putting the two there so people understand that it is the sequel.
Yeah, but it's just like when they did Scream 5 and they just called it Scream. I was like, well, you're already in the same franchise. It's called Scream.
Yes, but I found it funny that in the movie, I actually rewatched it on the weekend, Scream, technically Scream 5, and they actually make a joke about themselves in that movie.
Scream is meta. The whole Scream law is being meta. So
yes,
yeah.
So I'm actually really intrigued to see Ready or Not, Here I Come.
Okay.
I was a fan of the first one. I thought it was so intriguing, and I want to see where they can go with it. So this one beat out, and the audience out can laugh at me, but I'm actually intrigued. This one beat out The Devil Wears Prada 2 by a smidge.
Oh yeah,
because people forget to believe that first movie is freaking fantastic. That cast is fantastic. Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, Anne Hathaway, Stanley Tucci. It's just a brilliant cast, and it's a fun film. And there are so many people, so many ladies out there are so intrigued to see that movie. So
what movie is that?
Devil Wears Prada 2.
Yeah.
So that's I could go on a bit more, but you said I had to keep it to those three. So those are my three. Now we're going to go into my top 10. These are my top 10 films of 2026 that I am most anticipated for. Now, before I go into my top 10, if you'll indulge me, I suggested this at the top of this episode that I'm going to kind of refer to previous years. So over the last since the beginning of the pandemic, there's been a great, even though we have a shortfall of films coming out because of the pandemic and people starting to get back into the movie theaters and things like that, I thought I would have a look back and have a kind of retrospective look about certain years in the past and kind of see what kind of film year I had a equal or even up to an equal playing field of excitement for a upcoming year. And when I'm looking at these lists, I'm looking at me right now. It's really hard to just to choose between the year of 2021 and 2023, and so I'm kind of thinking I'm leaning a lot more towards 2023 because there's a lot of films in that year that I was really, really surprised about. Some films there I was very much disappointed with. Like I had on the 2023, it was the year we had Oppenheimer, we had Wonka, we had Barbie.
Yeah, there we go. I was going to say
we had Barbie.
You mean I never heard of Oppenheimer and I've never heard of Barbie. I've heard of
Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Yep. So we had that. We had Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
I like that movie. Everyone hates it, but I liked it.
Nice.
Yeah.
We had Guardians 3. We had John Wick 4. We had Dungeons and Dragons. We had Fast 10. We had Super Mario Bros. We had Equalizer 3. We had The Flash. We had Aquaman. We had The Marvels. We had Expendables 4. We had Scream 6.
We basically had franchise movies.
A lot of them. So I was like so excited for 2023. And there's a lot of films in that year that I was excited for that disappointed me severely and some that severely surprised me.
Basically everything that you listed there.
No. A film that I was really excited for that severely disappointed to me and is classified as one of the worst films in the franchise that it's a part of, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
I liked it. We saw it together. We saw it together at the cinema.
Yeah, it's one of the worst MCU movies ever made.
Oh, you mean hold on. This movie that I show up on the screen on Blu-ray.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, he actually bought the Blu-ray for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah, and sorry, I'm a champion for physical media.
Absolutely, go for it. Another film that I was sort of disappointed with, well, again for that year was Fast 10. Even though it was a little bit better than 9, it was still pretty bad.
Can I let you in on a secret?
I've never seen Fast and Furious.
No, but you got the right idea. I've never seen a full, complete movie from start to finish of the Fast and Furious franchise.
You know what? In retrospect and thinking about it, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm not a car person.
Neither am I.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You enjoy your car. You enjoy...
I enjoy watching action movies and things like that with good characters and good stunt scenes, but a car person, no.
I like Gone in 60 Seconds.
Such a great movie.
Yes. I like Ronin, the car chase scene mainly for Ronin, because that is possibly the best car chase scene ever. In Blues Brothers, I liked it when the cars got all smashed up, all the police cars. See, I'm not a car person, but anyway.
Okay.
I think I'm a snob when it comes to soundtrack stuff, when it comes to doof music. Anyway.
But there's also a lot of surprises I loved in that 2023 year. Like I was severely surprised with Oppenheimer and Wonka.
You know what? I got to put my hand up. I've not seen Barbie. I've seen Oppenheimer, which I enjoyed. A little bit too long, but I did enjoy it. And I did enjoy The Flash.
Yeah, The Flash wasn't as bad, even with the artistic choice of the CGI.
Well, I looked past that and I could see what he was trying to do and tie up everything. And the fact that they included all the stuff from the past, like, Adam West, Batman and everything, like to include that in as part of the multiverse. He did his best, but it was just rushed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't really enjoy. No,
keep going. I'm distracting you from your list.
No, that's fine, mate. It's all good. Another film that was actually a really welcome surprise, and a lot of people slept on just because of what the title was Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. That was a fun, entertaining, and fun ride.
Just FYI, we're still talking about 2023.
23.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think in retrospecting of looking over 2023, I think it has an equal side of excitement that I have for this upcoming year of 2026. So
you know what we're overdue for? Like the fact when you say 2023, and I keep thinking year movie, say 2012, we're overdue for a natural disaster movie type thing.
Well, just waiting for another week. Greenland 2 comes out.
Oh, okay. That shuts me up. I was thinking like, like a year, kind of like the, world splits in half type thing,
like San Andreas or Day After Tomorrow kind of thing.
Just a big earthquake type movie.
Well, that's what Greenland is. I think it's a natural disaster movie.
Damn it. Anyway,
the first one came out quite a couple of years ago. Number 2 comes out in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So 2023 was a great year, and I was actually just as excited for it. It had a lot of disappointments in the year, but a lot of welcome surprises. Another welcome surprise I would say about just before I move on was The Curator, a great low budget sci-fi film which floored me. My wife loved it as well, and the fact that they were able to use the CG on that movie on the budget they had and the cameras they used was flawless. Absolutely incredible. Have you seen The Creator?
No.
Okay. I think you would.
You told me about it. I do remember you telling me about it.
Yeah, I would highly recommend you watching it. It's right up your alley. I think you would like it.
Nice.
So yeah, that's 2023. So there's a lot of films in that. If anyone wants to go back and do a retrospect on themselves, go back and look at 2023 and see all those movies that came out, and just shows you how much of a fun time we had at the movie at 2023, and how much we had great disappointments and great achievements in that 2023 year.
Cool.
Now we're going to go reverse back into the official list. This is going to be my top 10. Now, I've been spending about 3.5 weeks trying to narrow down this list, and I finally got down to it. I finally going, you know what? I could constantly swap and change a lot of things, but eventually I'm going, you know what? This is my list. This is what I'm going to be looking forward to the most. These are my top 10. Starting with number 10 is the new film from Ryan Gosling, which is Project Hail Mary. This is based off a book. It's a sci-fi movie. It's getting a lot of buzz about it. Apparently, the book is fantastic. It's from the same author who did the author of the book who did The Martian, that starred Matt Damon. And so the premise looks intriguing. The first marketing, from what I've been hearing about it, the first marketing trailer didn't live up to what the themes of the movie was supposed to be. It's not as comical as it's supposed to be. So I'm really intrigued to see where this film's going to go. I'm always up for a good sci-fi thriller drama. So Project Hail Mary is my number 10.
Cool.
Number 9 is a film that was on your list, my friend.
Oh, finally.
Yep, and that is Toy Story 5. Now I'm going to elaborate a little bit about my things I kept to myself. A lot of people thought after they finished number 2, they're saying, why are you making another one? The second one was so perfect. And then they made number 3, and everyone said it's pretty much the best of the trilogy, best of the films. And they said they ended it perfectly. And then they were making number 4. Everyone said everything said the same thing. Why are you making another one? Number 3 ended it perfectly. They made number 4. Even though some people said it wasn't as great as didn't have it as great as number 3, it still was a fantastic, fun film for Toy Story, and they kept up the level of quality across all 4 films. So when it comes to Toy Story, they have not let me down. All 4 films have been fun, entertaining, heartwarming, and sometimes, in the case of Toy Story 3, heartbreaking as well. So I'm actually really excited for Toy Story 5 to see where they go with it. And the fact that they're delving a bit more into the modern age of toys and taking a bit way with what was popular in the 90s with all physical toys and going into the digital age of toys with iPads and things like that. It's going to be showing a kind of retrospective look of toys in the past and toys in the future and how we're going to say goodbye to that era.
Yep.
So Toy Story 5 is my number 9. Number 8 is another film that was on your list, my friend, Supergirl.
Yes.
I'm so looking forward to the continuation of James Gunn's DCU. I loved Superman and the introduction of what's her name?
Yeah,
Alcott. Yeah, I think his name is Ali Malcott. I think
Millie Alcock.
That's it, Millie. That little cameo she did at the end of Superman, I went, okay, well, they're taking the themes from the comic book Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, those themes of that comic, and delving a bit more deeper into that one. I'm more intrigued about this one because this is the first film and thing out of the DCU not run by James Gunn. It's not directed, it's not written, it's just greenlit by him, and it's something completely out of left field. So Supergirl, and in conjunction with that Clayface that's coming out this year, are going to be a good testament to see what's going to happen, because these are features that are coming out of the DCU without James Gunn's official writing or hands on it as well. So I'm really looking forward to Supergirl. I'm really excited to see Jason Momoa as Lobo, and just to see where they can go with this and just bring on the Aussie charm and the powerness of Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7. Now, this chopped and changed a little bit for me. I was thinking about other films that could go in this place, but at the end of the day, I have been a fan of this franchise since I was a kid.
Of course.
I loved every single one of the films except for one of them. And just, I have so much fun. I'm a filmography lover. I love all genres. And one of those genres I love is horror. And so, of course, a film that is coming out very shortly here in Australia is Scream 7.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say 28 years later, The Bone Temple.
Nope, because I've never seen any of them.
Ah.
So I've been a fan of the Scream franchise pretty much since I was a kid. I love the franchise. Out of all the horror slasher flicks in relation to like Jason and Freddy,
I stopped watching it after 4. I saw
number 4.
I saw the
number 4 number 4 kind of killed the franchise in a way. Like, it
no,
wasn't that great.
Number 3 killed the franchise because that's when it became too meta, and I forced myself to watch Scream 3 because I had Jay and Silent Bob making a cameo in it. And I've gone, okay, because I'm a big fan of Jay and Silent Bob. And when Scream 4 randomly
True.
out, it's like I saw it with my girlfriend at the time in the cinema, and then I've gone, I am not startled. So,
well, that's the thing. Like I said at the beginning, like Scream 3 was pretty much my least favorite out of all the franchise.
Yeah, that's when it became too self-aware.
Yeah, Scream 4 was better than 3, but it still lacked that little bit of punch. But then these two guys came about and brought in Scream 5, and they brought it back to form. What Scream was in the first 2, they brought it back with 5.
Can I make a prediction with Scream 7?
Sidney Prescott lives.
No, other than that, I think Gail's going to finally die.
Probably.
Yeah.
They've killed off Dewey in the first one, and in Scream 5.
Yeah.
And then they got, so Screams, I just love the franchise. It's my favorite slasher film. The fact that it's not some superhuman meta person that can just always come back to life kind of thing. It's regular, haunting, frightening side of things. I just love the franchise.
And you know what? It just shows you too that don't be a friend of Sidney Prescott. So she's just walking bad luck.
True. That's very true.
You know,
don't ask what her favorite scary movie is. So that leaves number 7. Going into number 6 is Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Cool.
This film I'm looking forward to. It is the 4th film from Tom Holland, bringing back the titular.
I was waiting for
pew, 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 pew. Bringing back the titular characters of the franchise, and then adding some new addition to the cast, like Sadie Sink from Stranger Things. We still don't know what role she's playing. I expect in the next couple of weeks, especially coming up to the Super Bowl, we should get some sort of, the marketing should be kicking up, because the film is literally about just under 6 months away. So we should be getting some sort of marketing from that film shortly. So I'm really intrigued to see it. The fact that we got Frank Castle with John Bernthal in there as a Punisher in this film as well. You've got Bruce Banner back into it with Mark Ruffalo is in it as well. I'm so intrigued to see it. And the fact that Doomsday was originally scheduled to come out before Brand New Day, I'm really intrigued also to see how they end the film and see if what they put in as a post-credit scene to lead into Doomsday after that match. So That is my number 6, Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Nice. All right. And now your top 5.
This is my top 5, yes. So number 5 is the GOAT, the greatest director of all time. He's bringing it back, and he's bringing us a sci-fi film. Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day.
Yep.
I have been eyeing this film for the last 6 or so months. Everyone knew he was making a film. Everyone expected it to be a sci-fi film. And then yeah, that was just freaky. I saw that trailer and it was freaky. And then the fact that we now got this trailer and it was it's going to be very chilling as well. It had a very chilling nature. And the fact that we're just waiting for the next trailer to come out so you can get understanding a bit more about the story and how it's going to develop. I'm so very much like Christopher Nolan. Like whenever there's a new Christopher Nolan movie coming out, I'll go see it. Mm-hmm. Whenever there's a Spielberg movie coming out, I'll go see it. Like the last Spielberg movie I went and saw was absolutely fantastic. It was pretty much an unofficial biography of his life called The Fabelmans. That was brilliant and I loved it. And so Nolan and Spielberg are the two directors I will go see films just because they are releasing a film. I just love them as directors. And so I'm so interested to see what he brings to the space of sci-fi and this new space and what this story is actually going to be about. Because I actually don't know what much about the story. So that's number 5, Disclosure Day. Number 4 is Denis Villeneuve's continuation of his epic franchise of Dune.
I was looking directly at Dune Part 3 on my screen as you said that.
Yes. So I love the first one. I enjoyed the second one. I think it's one of those films I might have to sit down and rewatch it because when I first walked out of it, I didn't think I enjoyed it as much as I did the first one. But I think it's in time for a rewatch because a lot of people, I know a lot of people in the zeitgeist of entertainment think it's better than the first one due to the narrative and the acting and the performances. So I would actually sit down and rewatch it. But I'm actually I really love the world of Arrakis and the world that Denis Villeneuve has created with this. And I know a lot of people I've been reading a lot of people about watching a lot of things about people who have read the books.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people don't like where the third book in the next book in this franchise, Dune Messiah, goes narratively. And so a lot of people are expecting Denis Villeneuve, just like he did with the first book, with the first 2 parts, take a lot of liberties with the script and the story. So, but being with myself, not knowing anything about the story, about anything about the books, I just want to go back into this world with Paul Atreides and the world of Arrakis and just delve back into that epicness and that scope that Denis has just crafted for that world. So
sure.
Dune Part 3 is now number 4. All right, this goes into my top 3. Now, anyone have to think about these top 3. I think these could be, each one of these could rival being 1 and 2. Like they were so close. It was so hard to pick which one would be 1, 2, and 3. But when it comes down to it, my number 1 was a guaranteed lock. I think anybody who knows me would know what my number 1 is. But number 2 and 3, they are so borderline. They could literally either one of them could be 2 for me. That's how close they are. And so when it comes down to it, I just have to think about it. Where's my level of excitement depending on what I know and where I'm living up to that. And when it comes down to it, number 3 is my favorite musical artist of all time, Michael Jackson. Michael. Okay. The biography that has been so many years in the waiting for it of the life of Michael Jackson. He is my favorite entertainer of all time. I still listen to his music. Anybody who knows me knows that I constantly play his music as well.
I'm putting up my hand here to interrupt you. I really thought that would have been your number 1.
Yeah. A lot of people thought it would, I think as well. But I think
it's like my list where it shocked you, you've shocked me.
Yeah, I think there's 2 films that I think, even though how much I'm a avid fan I am of Michael Jackson, there's 2 other films that I have when it comes to film and filmography that I have just, I think, a bit more excitement than I do of Michael.
Sure.
Because I think even though I'm such a fan of the music, Antoine Fuqua, who's directing Michael, is a visionary. I'm really intrigued to see what he does. I'm really also intrigued to see if they actually do end up making the two films. I think there is talks about them splitting the film into part 1 and part 2, where part 1 that's coming out this year is going to go up to the point where it tells his younger life up to the point that he records Thriller, and then part 2 is the later part after that. Because I don't know if you remember, they had the big controversy where they had to go back and reshoot a bunch of the film because of the legalities of a certain part of the film that they shot due to the allegations in part of the film. Mm-hmm. They realized after they filmed that there was a clause where the character or the person they were censoring that around, they actually didn't have the rights to do that.
Gotcha.
And so they breached. So they had to go back and reshoot a lot of things, which is why this was postponed a year because of that.
Okay.
Because this was supposed to come out last year. So Michael is my favorite artist of all time. I'm so intrigued and excited to see it. At the same time, this movie can live up. It's going to be one of those films that's going to be fantastic, or it's going to be really, really bad as well. But it all comes down to how it's executed, how they construct the narrative of his life and his early years. And I'm just excited to be in the cinema and try my absolute hardest not to sing. That's going to be my heart. That's going to be my heart.
Understandable.
Which is the same struggle I had with Wicked, with trying not to sing. I have even harder job with Michael Jackson because I listen to Michael Jackson songs more than I have Wicked. So that's going to be hard.
Got to keep the faith, mate. Keep the faith. Got to keep the faith. Yeah.
Sorry. The fact that you just quoted a Michael Jackson song was like, oh, so good, so good.
That's the joke.
That's the joke. Okay, this is going into my top 2. Number 2 is just like I did with my number 5. It is my second favorite director of all time in Christopher Nolan. It is his absolute epic fantasy of what's it called? Like sandals and sand and going into back into those times of the early Greece in the Odyssey. Whenever Christopher Nolan has a movie coming out, it's like an event. Everyone just wants to see it. The fact that they released tickets for this film already, like end of last year, 12 months in advance, and on IMAX screens, and people already took them out. We had sessions already sold out 12 months in advance for the Odyssey.
Crazy.
So I am so looking forward to it. I had seen the official the trailers for the marketing. I'm intrigued. As always with Nolan films, he brings in an incredible cast. He's bringing back in Matt Damon to headline it. We've got Zendaya. We've got Tom Holland. We've got Anne Hathaway. We've got John Bernthal. We have an incredible cast. I cannot wait to see how they're going about it. The film is pretty much based around Matt Damon's Odysseus character, which if anyone who knows the story about surrounding the Greece and Troy, if anyone's seen the Troy movie with Brad Pitt, he is Sean Bean's character in that movie. And it tells his story, but it's also based a bit around, it's also a fantasy film in aspect because of what the movie is based on. It's based off, I'm pretty sure it's a novel as well. Please forgive me if I don't know specifically what it's based on. I'm pretty sure the Odyssey is based off a novel of the same, not in that aspect. I'm not too sure, but I'm so looking forward to seeing this. But I'll hopefully be there opening weekend to watch this and just marvel in the epicness that Nolan is known for with his IMAX shots and his cinematography and his vastness and character development and just the way he shoots things. So the Odyssey is my number 2.
Cool. All right. And so your number 1, can I have a drum roll, please?
And a bit anticlimactic. Anyone who knows me know what my number 1 is. It's always going to be Avengers Doomsday. I am so looking forward to Doomsday. Yes, count down that clock. I love it. The trailers that we had going on.
You're going to have to listen to the entire thing. So I can't stop it. There we go.
For 12 months.
Well, there is a live countdown
yes,
on
I
YouTube
saw that.
at the moment.
Yes, there is. The fact that we were right when we lodged it, we talked about a couple of weeks ago about the all 4 trailers in front of Avatar were released. So we had all those 4 trailers. We have Steve Rogers back. We had a Thor trailer. We had the X-Men trailer. We had the Wakandan's Fantastic Four trailer. We all are set up ready now for Doomsday.
There we go. Eat shit everyone who was claiming that the 4th trailer was all going to be an appearance from Doctor Doom.
Nah, I actually had to think about it. I think they're going to say that for the actual full trailer, which I think it's going to be really big to see what they do with when it comes to.
Yeah, well, these ones that they've released, these are teasers. Hence the reason they're teasing.
Yes, but I've actually found out that even though they are teasers, all 4 of the trailers and what they show in the trailers are actually in the movie.
Good.
Okay, so we can take that. And it'd be interesting to see when it comes to the Super Bowl what Marvel does when it comes to their marketing. So they've got 2 films, like Spider-Man's supposed to come out first and then Doomsday.
you know what would be funny? During the Super Bowl, everyone's all hyped to go, hey, Marvel trailer, and then it's for Wonder Man.
Well, Wonder Man should already be out by then.
Yeah, I know, but they'll just do that.
They'll just annoy the hell out of everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they're going to do with the marketing because Spider-Man comes out first and then Doomsday. If they blow that much money on what it costs for those TV spots at the Super Bowl, which still bewilders me how much money those TV spots are. If they use all their marketing budgets for Spider-Man and Doomsday, it's just going to be a Marvel overload, and Disney's just going to shower that is going to own Super Bowl.
It's going to be marvelous.
Marvelous. It's just going to be so Doomsday incredible. Doomsday. Did you know that Avengers Doomsday and Dune Part 3 come out on the same day?
Well, how about that?
And they actually, you know how they did Oppenheimer and Barbenheimer? They're calling it Doomsday. Doomsday.
Okay.
Get it?
Hold on. I get it.
So I'm so looking forward to it. Like, yes, everyone knows that the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the Multiverse Saga we're not in the same stage as we were in the Infinity Saga. Like, we are lesser than we were before because we had a lot more stinkers. I do agree. Like, there's a pundit that I listen to every day on movies and entertainment, and he said it very well. Like, leading up into Endgame, every time we were watching a new installment within the MCU, we walked into each film expecting the film to be great. We just had no. The evidence spoke for itself. Every film in the MCU was fantastic or great. We had maybe 1 or 2 stinkers, but overall, the entire films we had banger after banger after banger, fantastic films. And then we went into the Multiverse Saga post Endgame, and the quality has gone down due to mandates at Disney with them to spit out as much as possible and things like that. And we've lost a lot of that quality. And then we've gone into pretty much, like the pundit says, we've gone into a lot of Marvel films, like from previously being expecting to be fantastic to now going just hoping it to be at least half decent. And so now going into Doomsday, we're kind of hoping that there's a lot more riding on Doomsday to be fantastic because Marvel needs to get this kind of fill back into it. 2025 started off really bad with Marvel with brand new Captain America because how bad it was.
They got a lot riding on it, especially when they've incorporated the original X-Men and. Also,
I personally don't think that is the case. It's just that the fact that you've got a franchise where you're not living up to certain standards as you did in the previously with other installments, and the fact that Avengers franchise has always delivered, it's always done so well, and so now, but you're going into an Avengers film with not as much of a buzz as you normally would. Because I remember when Infinity War Endgame came out, there was a lot of people online that pretty much said they don't need to do a marketing for the film by means of trailers because everyone was just so excited just to go into it. But with Doomsday, people want to know these kind of things because they don't have the same level of excitement as they like the expectation of it being fantastic as
fair enough.
back in 2019. So I am really intrigued to see where they go with this, and I'm going to be there. Like, I've heard some things about it online, and I'm just trying to go into it as blind as possible. I will be there opening weekend. I think I'm going to do what a lot of people do in the filmography thing. I'm actually going to do a double feature. I'm going to do Dune, and I'm going to do Avengers in the one day.
You're going to do Doomsday.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Doomsday. It's going to be bloody fantastic.
Nice.
Cannot wait. You're coming with me. And it's going to be fantastic. So I am so looking forward to Doomsday. What they've all the stars they're bringing back in. They're bringing back my man Steve Rogers. I cannot wait to see Chris Evans back on screen. Cannot wait to see what Robert Downey Jr. brings us when it comes to Doctor Doom, and just a range of characters. To be able to see a authentic and good representation.
Yep. Representation.
That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Of the X-Men. The fact that with the last trailer showing Cyclops, James Marsden getting his dues about playing an authentic Cyclops, and then taking off his visor and just blasting
losing his shit. Yeah.
Yes, I cannot wait. Pretty much right out of that X-Men 97 show, when he goes, "To me, my X-Men," and he's. I cannot wait to see it, and just it looks like they're also, when it comes to Thor, they're taking the silly away from him that did not work with Love and Thunder, and they're showing a bit more of that Shakespearean or realness that they had. That Kenneth Branagh, yes, heart that Kenneth Branagh gave him in the first Thor movie. I recently rewatched the first Thor movie. That movie is fantastic. I did not know why I rated it a little low when I first watched it, but that film is fantastic. Kenneth Branagh did a fantastic with that job. I love that film now.
I think also it was the way that it was shot, because a lot of it was on angles. The angles were on a tilt.
And the way he did the dialogue and way he was shot in certain scenes.
It was very serious. It was very serious.
Serious and very Shakespearean. So, which is Kenneth Branagh's background.
That's why everyone liked Thor Ragnarok, because it was so loosey-goosey, like comedic.
And it was mixed between the two.
Yeah, and because it was, they go, oh, there's a hit there, so they just copied and pasted it, and then that went more slapstick, and it's like, oh, now you've lost it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they had a good balance with Ragnarok with the seriousness of the tones and the comedy, but then they just leaned too much into comedy with Love and Thunder, and they wasted a fantastic character of Gore the God Butcher.
Yeah.
So I'm right back into the Marvel Universe. I'm gearing up. I'm actually going back in and rewatching the MCU at the moment. I'm going back through the theatrical films and watching the MCU and just gearing up for Doomsday. Cannot wait for Doomsday this year. So
excellent.
That is my number one. So just to recap for everybody, my honorable mentions were Mortal Kombat 2, The Mandalorian, Grogu, and Ready or Not, Here I Come. Going into my top 10, we had number 10, Project Hail Mary, number 9, Toy Story 5, number 8, Supergirl, number 7, Scream 7, number 6, Spider-Man Brand New Day, number 5, Disclosure Day, number 4, June Part 3, number 3, Michael, Just Beat It, number 2, The Odyssey, and number 1, Avengers Doomsday.
Woo!
That is it. Bam, bam.
Indeed.
And kadoosh. Well, that is a huge episode, Maddie. I don't think we can give our audience much more than that. This is 2026 locked and loaded for us in this theatrical space. How are you feeling now that we've listed all those films? Like, when you think about the films that I've just gone through, is there anything that you would change on your list, or is yours still locked?
I was thinking that. I was pondering that, and no, I would not change a goddamn thing, because I love the fact that we are polar opposite when it comes to that. Like, we still have very similar movie tastes, but
yes,
the priorities are completely different, and I fucking love it.
Oh man, I'm really happy to hear that, and I cannot wait to 2026 is going to be a fantastic year for the movie theaters, and I cannot wait to do more live out of the theater reactions with you this year.
Yep,
it's going to be so fun, and I would love. I'm talking about. Love. Sound like a Scooby Doo for a second. There are so many films on this list that I would love to experience with you. I think Doomsday is definitely on my list of wanting to watch with you. I would love to watch a lot of. That's going to be a constant thing for now. Every time we're going to mention Doomsday, that clock's going to go on, isn't it?
Yep. Can't do anything about it.
cool.
Let it
That's all right.
run out its time.
Lot of fun. So there's a lot of films on this theatrical that you and I would have to do some live reactions and some live out of the theater. So it's going to be a fantastic year. So please, everyone, if anyone wants to show us some love, give us some comments. Maddie's going to put, I guarantee he's going to put where you're getting in contact with us in the show notes. Please give us your list, what you think your top 10s are for the year, what you're most excited for, what's going to make your honorable mentions. Are there any films on our list that are on your list? Please let us know. We're always interested to see what our listeners are, what they think and where their mindset is. Because like we just said with Maddie, like we both have completely different lists. We might have similar taste in genre, but the levels of priority are very much different. So please let us know what you think.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you very much, Reece, and thank you for listening. Feel free to reach out to us, info@mygeekculture.com.au. And until our next episode, thank you for listening. And this has been Reece's Reviews for mygeekculture.com.au, produced by Matt Fulton. Yeah, by me. Matt Fulton Productions, mattfulton.com.au. Until then, go on.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. Have a fantastic day, weekend, evening, whenever you're listening to this podcast. And as always, my friends and family, may the force be with you.
May the Schwartz be with you.